Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Some massive news for Texas Longhorn fans on the recruiting trail as 2025 quarterback KJ Lacey from the state of Alabama commits to Texas. And you take a look at what Coach Sark is doing with this quarterback room. It has to be the best quarterback room in the country as it stands right now. But the future of this quarterback position for Texas is looking extremely bright. I want to talk a little bit about the future of this quarterback room, how the quarterback situation might play out. Then we're going to take a look at what KJ Lacey can do, because you win this recruiting battle from teams like Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee. This kid is a stud. He has a lot to like. We'll talk a little bit about that. Now, again, before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys. You all know, if you've been watching for a while, there's not much I like talking about more than the high school recruiting trail, roster management, building out these rosters. That's how you win championships. Like, yeah, you got to win on Saturday nights in the fall, but how you win championships is the summer weekends when these guys are on campus. So I love talking about it. If you do enjoy the updates, you like talking recruiting. If you watching recruiting videos in the middle of the summer, you know you're about it. So if you do enjoy the content, again, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support you guys have shown. Let's talk a little KJ Lacey. But first, let's talk about what this quarterback room looks like and what it will look like in the future for this program. Quinn Ewers, at this point, it is you. If you're a Texas fan, you want him to go to the NFL draft next year, because what does that mean? That means he unlocked his potential. And if this guy plays to the level that he should be playing at for Texas in 2023, he's going to be a top 10, maybe even a top 5 pick. Disgusting arm talent. But even when Quinn Ewers leaves this program and you take a look at the quarterbacks they've been able to stockpile in this quarterback room, it's an embarrassment of riches. And Sark is one of the better offensive-minded head coaches in the country. And it's not a surprise that these quarterbacks want to go play for an offensive powerhouse like the Texas Longhorns have been and really can be under Coach Sark. Arch Manning, Malik Murphy, what Texas did with Malik Murphy was extremely impressive. All the quarterback needy teams there were through the transfer portal, and they were able to keep Malik Murphy out of the portal and get him to kind of buy into the program and trust the process is massive. In the 2024 class, you bring in a kid like Trey Owens, who a solid 3-star, borderline 4-star recruit who I think there's a lot to like. I think if you're a Texas fan, you probably knew that you weren't going to land an elite caliber quarterback in the 2024 class, because when you have Arch Manning locked in the 2023 class, a lot of those top quarterbacks in the 2024 class want to play early. It's going to be hard to play early with guys like Arch Manning and Malik Murphy in that quarterback room. And so I think Texas really took a quarterback in 2024 and then really paid attention and turned their attention to this 2025 class. And they're able to land KJ Lacey extremely early on in this process. Now I want to talk a little KJ Lacey, because there is just so much to like about what he brings. From what I'm reading, he's now not 5'11", 165. This kid is 6'1", 180 pounds. He's got the look of an All-American kind of quarterback, but he has the game of an All-American quarterback. And when you can land your quarterback this early on in the process, I think it unlocks a ton of potential for this 2025 recruiting class. You look back, and Arch Manning, probably the best example around the country in terms of grabbing a quarterback in the class and then all this elite talent saying, I want to go play for a guy like Arch Manning. KJ Lacey, I think, has the ability to attract a lot of this top talent. He's from the state of Alabama, which is a very talent-rich state in terms of high school playmakers. And I think he represents an ability for Coach Sark and KJ Lacey to really build this 2025 class early. Now let's take a look at what he brings to the table. It really doesn't take long to see why Texas wanted him, why every Power 5 team across the country wanted him. He kind of does everything you want. He pushes the ball down the field extremely well. He throws off multiple different arm angles. He's mobile, can extend plays, and that's something that you're really starting to see a lot of Power 5 college football programs covet, a guy that can extend plays. And if there was a knock on Quinn Ewers, it might be that. But you give second chances and second opportunities on plays, it's absolutely massive. You turn on the film, the first thing you're going to see, though, is just an elite level to push the ball down the field. Arm strength. Keep in mind, this kid is a sophomore on his highlights right now. Absolute cannon. He's very accurate. And you take a look at the numbers of what he did in this sophomore year. Threw for over 3,000 yards, 40 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. It's rare to see guys be able to take care of the ball and put up that productive amount of numbers when you're a sophomore in high school. But the thing you love the most is just the composure, the ability to extend plays and just throw off with some crazy different arm angles. That is no doubt why a lot of these Power 5 teams really wanted him. Again, accurate with the football, pushes the ball down the field, and you're seeing the anticipation, the layering. He's not a guy that just he can rip it in there if he wants, but he can layer throws, which is kind of the thing that a lot of programs covet. A lot of these guys, you go back and watch something like that. That's no doubt what teams want. The ability to throw off an arm angle like that, put the ball accurately on the wide receiver, and let him cook after the play. That's impressive. And so going back to KJ Lacey and what this could mean for this Texas team, it really is starting to show what Sark is doing with this quarterback room. And let's talk a little just projection of starters right now, right? Quinn Ewers, let's talk Quinn Ewers going to the draft in 2024. He's 3 and out. And you have a competition between Arch Manning, Malik Murphy. Whoever wins that job, you're going to feel really good about. And then you still have those guys who are young. And you bring in Trey Owens, who is going to be a good arm in that 2024 class. But I do think the future of this program after guys like Arch Manning and Malik Murphy is going to be a kid like KJ Lacey who has all the potential in the world. And I think that's kind of why Texas took a quarterback in 2024 early, because I think it's really hard to sell some of these top quarterbacks in 2024 to follow Arch Manning in that 2023 class. So I think Texas takes an arm and then just kind of pays attention and puts a lot of their focus in terms of recruiting the quarterback position to 2025 when Arch Manning and Malik Murphy are winding down their careers at Texas. You have a young, talented arm like KJ Lacey who's able to come in and really get it going for Texas. Locking in a quarterback this early will help the recruiting class, but the quarterback position is so important at the college football level, and you have no questions that Texas is going to have phenomenal quarterback play for multiple years. And you talk about moving to the SEC, you talk about competing for national championships. This Texas program is building up a lot of momentum in terms of acquiring talent, but specifically at this quarterback position. Massive get for Texas. And again, 2025, I know that seems far away, but these college football seasons are a blur, and it's important to get commits and get talent locked into your program as early as you possibly can. KJ Lacey, a perfect example of that. Texas, I think y'all got a good one here. Again, appreciate the support you guys have shown. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And for Texas fans, you take a look at the visitor list in the month of June. It's going to be exciting. I know it's a slow start to this 2024 class, but the amount of talent they're having on campus, I think you can be really optimistic about what this 2024 class will look like. So lock in, again, if you do enjoy the content, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.